Well, hello there. bysTaxX here. So, I'm sorry about not actually doing the... Oh, God damn it. Son of a bitch. So, yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't actually do a campaign chronicles last week, or this week, or any week. So, there's actually 2 sessions that you guys missed, which I will just recap in this video of the actual characters that are involved in the story thus far, and then the next video will be the actual first 2 sessions kind of merged together of the actual gameplay itself. And it's perfectly okay, they just did a single adventure, yada yada yada. So the so the characters, good thing I'm actually pretty happy about the fact that I was handling everyone's character sheets for a bit. So we have Celeste, Max, Sebastian, and who's that last guy? James. Okay. So Celeste, who is the player, and the player Celeste is the most she is the most experienced with role-playing games in general. I'm actually in one of her games. She's running a Dragon Age game using the Fate system, which Fate is amazing. I'm not running Fate. I'm using my own system because, well, I made it. Among other things, other reasons. Fate wouldn't really do the magic system its justice. It's just an issue. Wow, cars are loud. Anyway, so, yes. So to get into it, Celeste is playing Vanessa McClain, who is a 32-year-old female Dryad. She was born in the Undercity. She was born in an Undercity from parents who were from the Wets. As she was growing up in the Undercity, she was working for various criminal syndicates in the Undercity somewhere. And she ended up she ended up like doing some jobs and whatnot, and she ended up wanting to leave. She wound up in the Wets at one point, and picked up a drow, a young drow, and a, well, yeah, she picked up a young drow by the name of, who is the drow? Pollux, who is 22 years old, and played by Sebastian. Yeah, who is played by Sebastian. So she ended up taking on Pollux under her wing and bringing him back to the Undercity, and they lived together for a while. She was basically like raising him-ish kind of thing, but she ended up taking him and leaving the Undercity, and wound up in the air city of Cantaroon, which is where the opening adventure takes place. So Vanessa and Pollux lived there for a bit. There they meet is Jeckle, where the hell is Jeckle from? Well, Jeckle O'Dreamer, who is a Cait Sidhe, Cait Sidhe. I'm not entirely sure what his origin story is. I don't really remember it, and I don't even think that we actually went over that. The Cait Sidhe is being played by James. James and Sebastian have a moderate level of experience with RPGs. They haven't been playing RPGs as long as Celeste has. In fact, she's been playing longer than I have, which, yay, awesome, cool. Anywho, so I'm saying a lot. What the hell? You know, every time I say take a drink. I'm not endorsed, by the way. It's just whatever. It's just what I'm happening to be drinking. Yeah. It's 2 beers left over from 24 bottles from last night. Any hoozle. Fun times. So, Jeckle O'Dreamer is a Cait Sidhe, a male Cait Sidhe, who is interested in like the occult, obviously, and magic-y stuff. Also, Vanessa, the Dryad, is also into magic. They don't really do much magic-y stuff in the air cities, but they are tapped into the magical essence of the world. And they can cast magic. They can do magic. Pollux has actually gone towards the engineering route and doing things more mechanically. Doing things more mechanically, and he actually created an automaton who holds down the fort, so to speak, when they're gone, along with the capability of having some kind of combat role. I've, you know, had to be all like, no, he's not going to be that good. He's going to be good, he's not going to be that good. You're going to have to physically upgrade him over time, etc., etc., etc. You're going to have to work on him. He is a familiar, not an NPC, not an extra character that you get to have. He's a familiar. I need to not break my campaign. I need to not break my game. Which everybody wants to fucking break my game. Anyways, so he grew up mostly in the... He grew up in the West, but mostly he grew up in the Undercity. Max's character, whose name is Dack, is a domestic cat native who is a sub-male, dude upstairs, chick down below. He grew up in the West and was essentially adopted by Vanessa. He is more physically, he's more physically oriented. He has some engineering backgrounds from working in the factories when he was 7, because that's what happens when you grow up in the West. He's not exactly the sharpest tool in this shed, but he's not an idiot. Then actually, I think that's about it, yeah. Jeckle O'Dreamer is Kichi and what have you. Wow, this is kind of a really short video. Okay. Well, that is the basis behind each of the characters. I did a pretty solid wrapping it up. So, yeah. Oh, all 4 characters are private investigators in the city of Cantaroon. So, yes. This will conclude this particular video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know that I'm having a lot of fun running this game. The next episode is going to be... The next video is going to be about the actual campaign itself. The first 2 sessions, the meaty bits of the first 2 sessions. But there is one thing that I do want to say, is that this campaign is absolutely baffling me as to how good it's turned out. All the players are... Oh, and Max is... which is my name. But Max is he is not familiar with tabletop role-playing games, like, at all. His experience is in Warhammer, so this is totally new for him to be playing a narrativistic game. There's a Warhammer variant kind of game that is a little bit more narrative, but it's still Warhammer. So he's starting to break out of the shell in this campaign, which makes me smile and so happy. I'm so excited for it. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. It's awesome. I love it to death. So, yes. So, that'll be it for this video. I'm excited that even if just one person actually watches this, I will be happy. So there's that. And if you did like this one, I'm sure this is not really a video that's gonna probably get a lot of views. Mostly it's gonna be the following episodes that are gonna get views. As well as the last two episodes, last two videos, or just a synopsis of the world and of the system that I'm using, which is my own system, and I love it to death. I just love everything about it, especially salvage dice with exploding dice. It's amazing. I'll get into why that turned out to be way cooler than I could ever anticipate. So, yeah. With that being said, that's going to be the end of this video. Nice, short, sweet, to the point, just a bio of the characters involved, and yeah. See you next time. Ciao.